All right, I guess we can get started. So today is day 2 of our programming bootcamp. So if you go to the next slide. So for those who were not here on Saturday or did not fill out this form, please do so now. This will let us give you access to our programming materials and other stuff. So if you have not done that, please do so now.
Then while we keep this slide up for a minute, I'll quickly run through what we did Saturday. We started off with going through installation review, just making sure that everyone has VS Code or will have VS Code, has and will has VS Code, as well as later on in the meeting, we go through logging into coding rooms, which for either one of those, quick raise of hands. Any of you who don't have that, like the installation guide for anything. All right, so I'm seeing no hands. Raise your hands, by the way, if you don't. Okay, cool. So everyone here should have VS Code and should have logged in at least once to the coding rooms thing, to the coding rooms course. That's what we did yesterday, and then we also discussed variables, print statements, and then basic parts of Java code. That should be where we're at as of right now. Does anyone have anything that came up that they would like to ask before we start? Oh. No, I think we're good. All right. So in that case, are we good to go for content?
Give it a few more minutes. There's still some people still filling out the form.
All right, cool. So, yep. Can you see my form slide? Is it still up?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah. So as Arno said, if you haven't already, just fill out the form. It just makes contact way easier with you guys if and when we end up using or use a email list. If we ever have to go there, your email will be the best way we get to contact you as of right now.
All right, I think we can move on to the next topic.
All right.
All right. Do you want me to screen share?
Your choice. I can screen share or you screen share.
You can do it.
All right.
Right. Go ahead.
One quick thing before we start, could we get everyone to turn on their cameras? That way we know that you guys are here. Thank you. All right, Sanjay, you can go ahead.
All right. So today we'll be talking about Booleans, logic flow, and stuff like that. So first we'll cover Boolean algebra. So many of the computer applications that you use is mainly just simplified down to if something happens, then do something. So for example, if a number is less than 0, then you multiply by -1. If a number is greater than 1 million, then divide it by 2. Or if there's an error, then exit. So the sum condition is describing a Boolean. Actually, wait, let me screen share. I think it'll be easier. All right, so binary relational operators. So the basis of Boolean algebra is relational or comparison operators. So the operators in Java, so there are a few operators in Java syntax. So first is equality, which checks if two conditions are equal, and this is symbolized by double equal sign. Non-equality, which checks if one thing is not equal to another thing, and that's exclamation mark equal sign. Greater than, which is a greater than sign. Greater than or equal to, which is greater than and equal to sign. Less than sign, and less than equal to sign. All right, so here are a few examples. So 1 is less than or equal to true. 2, obviously that's true. 1 is equal to 2. Obviously 1 is not equal to 2, so that would say false. 1 is not equal to 2. That's true. So if you put it in the program, you would get true. And 1 is not greater than 2, so you get false. Right, so unary operators. So these are operators that modify a single statement. So there are a few in Java, but for now we'll just learn about one, which is the negation or not symbol, which is just an exclamation mark. So basically what this does is it gives you the opposite of whatever you put. So for example, not true will be false and not false will be true. And so 1 is equal to 2, that's false. But if we put the not operator before it, then it makes it true. And in the same way, 1 is less than 2 is true. But if you put the not operator in front of it, it makes it false. All right, so if you guys can open up coding rooms and we'll do this exercise. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to.
Anish, do you want to give a quick
Yeah.
tutorial or refresher on how to use coding rooms?
Yep. Here, let me quickly share my screen. All right. So, as a quick refresher for coding rooms, oh wait, hold on. Before I do that, let me actually do it through student perspective. Let me reshare my incognito tab. All right, cool. So that's a quick refresher. Coding Rooms is a cool website where we get to see you guys program. It makes a lot of interaction way easier, and it'll probably make it really easy to help you guys debug your code or if you guys have any problems. So first, just quickly go to codingrooms.com, hit the login button at the top right. You'll be asked to log in through an email address. Don't do that. Go down here to continue with Microsoft Institutional SSO. Log in with your school email. So for me, it's this. Then if you log in with your school email, you'll be here to the courses. I hope you guys are all in the course. I believe I asked earlier. If you guys are all in the course, just hit the course, go to live classrooms, and you'll see our live classroom for today. Hit this little play button over here. And you'll be, oh wait, I think you forgot to disable conferencing.
Oh, do you know how to? All right, wait. I can just make a new one.
Yeah, just make a new one real quick. All right, hold on. We're on our way to come up with another live classroom. Oh, cool. Wait, they have upcoming live classrooms down here as well.
All right. 1 second.
Oh, cool.
Arnav, do you know how to make a live classroom? I can.
Yeah, 1 sec.
All right. There's also another feature in coding rooms where you can conference. So like you can talk to each other in coding rooms, but we don't need that because we're using Teams. And it's unfortunate because you can't really take it off your screen unless you go for the paid version. So that's why we're trying to get it out. Tell me when you have it, Arnav.
It should be called Day 2 Bootcamp.
All right, cool. Yep, I see it. So if you go to your upcoming live classrooms, you'll see a Day 2 bootcamp. Hit the play button. You're in. Then, as a quick run through on how you use coding rooms, there are two workspaces called Presentation and My Workspace. The Presentation workspace is where everyone can edit. Hello, and it's like our common area. So I can see someone just toying around with it. So anyone can see what you do here. If you want to say hi over here, hi, and you can do it over there. Now, to make your own code to work on your own like private code, not like in the public area. There's the option for My Workspace. This is just your area of code. Then, of course, the interactive element, because let's say I have an issue with my code. Let's say I'm missing semicolon, and I don't know what the issue is. You can ask one of us by either unmuting, raising your hands, or unmuting or raising your hands, and ask one of us to help. You can see us pop in, and they can help you find out what the issue is. In this case, it's a semicolon, run hello world. Any questions? Are we chilling? All right, cool. Sanjay, if you want to screen share the exercise.
All right, so everyone in your own workspace work on this exercise. We'll give you like 5 minutes, and then you can volunteer, and we can share your code. Oh wait, also, Arnav, did you put the link for the slides in case they want to look at it?
Yeah, let me do that.
Shamanth, I think you opened up the wrong live classroom. If there's a conferencing feature, don't go to that one. Actually, I'll go and delete that live classroom. Go to the live classroom called Day 2 Bootcamp.
Okay.
Just a quick reminder that using coding rules will count towards your participation. So I'll make sure you guys actually do the exercise. We're seeing quite a few of you not joining the coding rooms, so make sure you guys do that.
How do we know if something prints to the console?
So you use system.out.println. So yeah. Wait, I'll look at your code.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting in
Wait, sorry, what's your name?
Adwine.
Yeah, okay. All right, so do you see like inside public static void main, it says system.out.println, and it says
Right.
hello world,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so basically what system.out.println does is print that to the console. So I'll write one example for you.
Oh yeah, I forgot to run it. Okay.
Yeah. So you just have to run it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure why it wasn't running, but okay. Also, how do you do powers, let's just say 10 to the power of 5, I want to put that in. How would you put that in?
I mean, we'll learn about powers and stuff later, but for now, just use the operators that we talked about, like equals and greater than, less than.
Yeah, all right.
All right. I think enough people are done now. So can someone volunteer to put their code on the presentation?
Just raise your hand
Yeah.
if you want to present. All right. So, Sandra, just choose a person.
All right. All right, Rohan, I'm gonna present your code. Or can you present your code on the presentation?
Yeah, do you want me to screen share?
Just copy your code and put it in the presentation.
Okay.
All right.
I posted it. Do you want me to explain it? Or?
Yeah. First run it and then explain it.
Okay.
Before you do that, Sanjay, can you share the presentation workspace on coding rooms?
Like on Teams?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. All right. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Explain.
Okay, so for my first three true statements, I just put simple like 1 is equal to 1, 3 is greater than 2, and 5 is greater than or equal to 5. And then I just put a print statement here to make a difference in the output so that you can see the trues and the falses separately. Then for the false statements, I just put 5 is greater than 1, which is false. 4 is equal to 6, which is false. Or I mean, put 1 is greater than 5 for this. Then 6 is greater than or equal to 10, which is all false statements. So.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Good job. We'll move on to the presentation.
Were there any questions?
Yeah. Sorry. Any questions? All right. I guess we can move on. All right. So conditional operators. So these are statements that can be strung together. Statements can be strung together using these operators. So the two operators we have in Java syntax are and, which is just a double and symbol, and or, which are like these pipes. So parentheses can be used to specify the operator order, and this is similar to just number algebra. All right, so first let's talk about the and operator. So, oh wait.
Yeah, your screen's not shared for some reason.
Yeah, sorry. All right, so the and is known as a conjunction operator. So with this, the result is true if both operands are true. So basically, we use AND to compare two different operators or two different conditions. So in Java, AND is represented with these two ampersands. All right, so this is called a truth table. So we have two conditions, P and Q. So basically how AND works is that both conditions have to be true for your result to be true. So if P and Q are both true, then your result will also be true. Next, if P is true and Q is false, because one of them is false, the entire result will be false. And again, if P is false and Q is true, again it will be false. And if both of them are false, then it'll return false. All right, so next we have the OR binary operator. So this is kind of like the opposite of AND, and so on as a disjunction operator. So in this, the result is true if either or both of the operands are true. So in Java, you represent OR by writing like these two pipes. All right, so we have condition P and condition Q. So if P and Q are true, then P or Q would also be true, because you only need at least one of the conditions to be true. Next, if P is true and Q is false, it would still be true because you only need one condition to be true. And likewise, if Q is true and P is false, it would still be true. And then the only condition where OR would be false is if both P and Q return false. All right, so we already talked about this a little bit, but the not unary operator. So the result is only true if the operand is false. So this is kind of like the opposite of yeah. So this basically just gives you the opposite of whatever value you have. So here we have P, condition P, and here we have not P. So as you can see in these two, P is true. So if you do not P, it would be opposite of true, which is false. And likewise, here you have two false. So if you do not P, you will get true. And then if you look here, so this V is just OR. It's just another way of symbolizing OR. So you would compare not P with Q. So basically, you're comparing this column and this column. So not P is false and Q is true. So as we said before, if you have at least one true in an OR statement, that means it will return true. In the second column, not P is false and Q is also false, so you get false. And third column, not P is true and Q is true, so you get, so both of them are true, so it would return true. And then finally, Q is false, not P is true, so you get true because you only need one condition to be true in an OR statement. All right, so next, NAND and NOR binary operators. So NAND is just short for not AND. So this result is only true when AND is false. So it's basically like the opposite of AND. And NOR is not OR. And this result is only true when OR is false. So let's go through both of these. So when condition A and condition B are false, A and B will be true, because first you would evaluate A and B, because both are false. A and B would also be false, but however, we do the opposite of that because it's NAND, so that's how we get true. And next, if condition A is false, condition B is true, A and B will be false because not both the conditions are true. But again, if you do NAND, then it will be opposite of that, so you get true. Yeah, this is similar, except the condition A and B are switched, so you still get true. And then the only case where you would get false is if A and B are both true. All right, and then now NOR. So A is false, B is false. So A or B would be false. but because it's nor, you do the opposite of that, so you get true. A or B, A is false, B is true. So A or B would be true, but you take the opposite of that, so you get false. And then same thing for this condition, except A and B are switched. And then if you do A is true and B is also true, then if you do A or B, you would still get true. And then you switch that, so you get false. All right, any questions? That was kind of confusing, so.
Yeah, I still don't get what like NAND means exactly.
All right, so do you understand what AND means?
Yeah.
All right, so NAND is just like saying you do AND, but then you do the opposite of that. So if you do AND of two things, then NAND would be the opposite of that. So for example, in this one, A is false and B is false. So A and B would be false, right? So
Right.
but because it's NAND, you would you do the opposite of false, which is true.
Oh, okay. So it's basically like you're just for anyone that's like false, it would make it true.
Yeah.
But only if it's true and true, it would make it false.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
All right. Any other questions? All right. I'll go on. More memes. All right. So let's fill out this truth table. So the first column, which is not P, is pretty simple. It's just you take the opposite of P. So for these two, because P is true, not P would be false.
Wait, before you go through them,
Yeah.
try and call on people and to
Oh.
just do the individual cells. I also do suggest for everyone in this call to try and do this on your own before, like, or try to do it faster on your own. Give it like a minute. Try to finish the entire table on your own, and then we'll call out people to per person per cell.
Yeah, if you have like paper, you can just draw it out.
Yep.
All right, I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to draw out your table and find the values.
I couldn't hear what you said for the exercise. Do you want us to do this in coding rooms or like not?
No, you can just do it on paper or,
Okay.
yeah.
For those of you who joined a little late, make sure you guys fill out the form that I just posted in the chat. That way we can get you guys the programming resources you guys need in the future.
No, don't fill out the form if you've already filled it out. If you've already filled it out, you're good. Just fill it out if you haven't.
All right. Does anyone need more time? Or... All right. And I guess we can go through it. All right, I already said the first two cells. All right, so does anyone want to tell me what the third cell in the first row will be?
I think that would be true.
Yeah. Yeah, because not if P is false, then not P would be true. All right. Yeah, same with this one. All right. Anyone want to tell me what this cell would be?
I
don't
think
know
it's true. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you guys can see my cursor, right?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. All right. So sorry. What do you say?
I think it would be true.
Yeah, you're right. All right, yeah, because if P is true and Q is true, you will get true. All right, next one. This one.
I think that would be true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you have at least one true. All right, this one.
Yeah, that would also be true.
Yeah. All right, last one.
That would be
That'd be false.
False.
Yeah. All right. This one.
That'd be false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be true.
True.
Yep.
Also true.
That would be false, I think.
Yeah, it's false because you have P is false and Q is true. However, we want to find not Q, so it will be false and false, which is false. All right, last one.
I think that would be no. I think that would be false.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because we have P is false and Q is also false, but not Q is true. But false and true is still false. All right. Here we have some more examples with numbers. All right, so the first one, 0 less than 1, that's true, and 1 less than 2. So both these conditions will be true, so true and true would be true. And next, 0 less than 1, that's true, but 1 is not greater than 2. So you have true, and you're comparing with false, so you get false. And next, when you have more than two conditions, you always evaluate from right to left. So first you do these two, and then these two. So 0 less than 1, that's true. 1 less than 2, that's also true. So these two would both be true. And then 2 less than 3, that's also true. So it would be true, and then that's how you get true. All right, next with or. 0 less than 1, that's true, but 0 greater than 1, that's not true. But because it's or, we just need at least one true. So that's how we get true. All right, 0 greater than 1, that's false. 1 greater than 2, that's also false. So we don't have a true. So that makes the whole thing false. All right, yeah, as I said before, you evaluate from right to left when you have more than 2. So 0 is equal to 1, that's false. And 2 not equal to 2, that's also false. So these two would combine to be false. And we have 4 greater than 3, which is true. So we will have false or true, and that's how we get true. All right, so in this slide, we have int count 4. So I'll ask people to explain why we get true or false for each one. All right, so for first one, can someone volunteer?
It's because the count is already assigned the value 4, so that's why it's equal to 4 already.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so count is 4, so if we just substitute 4 is obviously equal to 4, so that's where we get true. All right, next one, someone want to volunteer?
4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 is not equal to 3.
Yeah, that's right. Next one.
4 is not equal to 0, but then the not symbol makes it true, so it's true.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Next one.
The variable count is assigned to 4, and 3 is not less than 4. And then 4 is also not less than 5, so since they're both false, it would be true.
Yeah. Oh, wait 1 second. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
This would
Last
be
one.
true because it's or, and 4 is equal to 4, but 4 is
Mm-hmm.
not equal to 1, but because it's or, it's gonna be true.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we'll go on. So now we'll do another exercise. So I'll get back on coding rooms. So instantiate an integer variable and give it a value of your choice, like how we just did with count. So using all the operators you've learned so far, make 5 different true cases with one variable. So if you have this, you can go on the link in the chat for the slides, and you can use the previous slide for examples, and make sure to print each case to make sure they're true. All right, so I'll give you 5 minutes to do this.
If you want to go to the previous slide, Sanjay, I put the directions on like the presentation workspace.
Oh, okay. All right, here. Also, Adwayan, can you use your own workspace? You're doing a presentation. At the
Oh,
top, yeah, at the top you should see presentation, my workspace. Click on my workspace.
all right. Mike
Yeah.
works. All right, yeah. Okay.
Do we delete what we had in our previous workspace, or is there a way to like open another one?
You can delete it.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I just have a question about Teams. It won't let me sign into my personal account. So whenever I launch the meeting, it signs in with my school account and it won't sign out.
I suggest taking the meeting link, just copy that meeting link, and open up an incognito tab. And in there, then you can open it as a guest. That way you won't be signed into your school account.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep. if you finish early, just make sure run your code, make sure it works.
All right. Okay, so we can go ahead now. All right. So for this, I'm gonna have 5 different people volunteer. So just copy. You don't have to copy paste your whole thing. Just copy paste one statement, like one system.out.println statement. So can someone volunteer first and copy paste the statement?
Sure, I can.
All right. So just go to your go to your workspace, copy a statement, and then paste in your presentation. Just paste it in line 11.
All right. Here.
Before you do that, Sanjay, can you change your screen share to coding rooms?
Oh yeah.
You don't have to raise your hand. Just paste your thing in coding rooms, like the line. Just a single line.
Yeah, just one line. All right, wait. All right, so copy paste your integer and one line. Before you run it, wait for everyone to finish, because it'll give lots of errors. All right, I think we're good, so we can work through it. So who did statement 1?
I did.
All right, so you want to explain it?
Yeah, so I just named my variable program int. So I just labeled it as 4. So that was my first statement. Program int is equal to 4, and because 4 is equal to 4, yeah, it's true.
All right. Who did statement 2?
I did it. So I just did if num, which is equal to 5, if 10 divided by 2 is equal to num, then it's true. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. So it works out.
Right. Statement 3.
I did statement 3.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You want to explain it?
So I made a variable called count and just assigned it to 6, and then I printed 6 times 2, and that's equal to 12, so it's gonna be true.
Yeah. All right. Hold up. Whoever did statement 4, who's typing on right now?
I did statement 4. So I set n equal to 5, and then print. So inside the brackets, I put n is not equal to 5, which is false. But then this exclamation point on the outside will negate that and make it true.
Right. Last one.
I did statement 5, and I instigated number to 11, and mine is an or statement. So the first one isn't true because 11 isn't equal to 7, but the second one negates number is equal to 15. So it's not 15, but because it says like it negates it, that's why it's true. So
Yeah. Okay. Good job. We'll move on.
Oh yeah, wait. So just as a future reference, for exercises like these or for days like these where we'll have like multiple exercises, it would be useful to have multiple files so you don't have to keep on deleting them, especially if you want to like refer to them later on. So to do that, what we'll do is essentially create different files for different different things. Wrong workspace. All right, cool. So let's say this is my workspace over here. This is my workspace, and I wanted to, this is my exercise 1, and I wanted to go on to a different exercise. What I'll do is come right here at the top left, click this page looking icon. It'll open up all your files, or well, files for this workspace. And then what you should do is press the create file option. It'll ask you to name your file. So let's say I name it poggers.java. Make sure you add the .java or else it won't work. It won't run Java, of course. So make sure Java's in there. So then we have this file. It's a blank file. So once you have this blank file, what you want to do is, we'll learn about what these words mean, but create this essentially have this, which is what this main.java also has. Just create a class and create the main function. We'll learn what each of like these public static void and then what like the string array of args and then classes are. Just 2 key things to make sure when you create this. Your class name should correspond to your file name, and that's it. So does that make sense? Kind of rough explanation, but
Yeah, it does.
all right, cool. So just for your future reference, just like name them exercise 1, 2, or like unary, binary, something like that. Beyond that, I think we're good to move on. So
All right.
material.
Also, anyone have questions on the exercise we just did? All right. All right, let's keep going. All right, so when you have a bunch of operators, there's like a precedence that you follow. It's kind of like PEMDAS. So first you evaluate parentheses, then addition, multiplication, division, and modulo, then addition, subtraction, then stuff like greater than, less than, or less than equal to, greater than equal to. Then equality, which is like where you check if one thing is equal to another or not equal to another, and then and then or. So just something to remember is just like the order which stuff is evaluated. All right. One more exercise. All right. So instantiate an integer variable and give it a value of your choice. So and then make a second variable, and then assign that as 4 times more than the first, and then make a third variable that's 2 less than the first variable. So then use the modulus operator, which is a percent symbol, to find the modulo of the second and third variables, and use the first variable as like the divisor, and then you print this at the console and verify that's right.
What's a modulo?
All right, so modulo is kind of like a division. So like if you go back to like 4th grade math, so if you divide something by another number but it doesn't go through evenly, like say you divide 5 by 3, you get a remainder of 2, right? So the modulo is 2. So it basically just gives you the remainder of whatever you
It's just a
divide.
remainder. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Makes sense.
Okay. I think we can go ahead now. So does anyone want to share their code?
Yeah, I can.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, let me share.
Should I copy paste?
Yeah, just paste it in the presentation.
Okay. So so I instigated 3 variables. Var is 11, var2 is 11 times 4, 44, var3 is 11 minus 2, which is 9. And then the operation which happens is the modulo, which is between var2 and var3. So I printed that, and then I just gave a space and then I explained it. So 44 divided by 9 gives a quotient of 4 and a remainder of 8. And since it's modulo, it's only asking for the remainder, and 8 is the value that is printed.
Yeah, but just one thing. Yeah, it wasn't really clear in instructions, but we wanted you to do the modulo of var2 and var. So,
Oh, okay.
and
I can
yeah,
change that.
yeah, you can change it, and then var3 and var.
Okay. Sorry. I think it should. Work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, yeah, that's right. We'll have one more person share their code. So does anyone else want to volunteer?
I can, I guess.
All right.
Although my variables are not var1 and var.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't
All right.
matter what variable name.
All right. Here. Enter Control V. All right.
Try running again. Oh, wait, sorry. You put.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, all right. Here. Yeah. So what I did was like I labeled my first variable to be the number 69, and then I multiplied it by 4. Then I did Minecraft -2 for Among Us, and then I printed the Valorant and modulo Among Us, and yeah, I got 8.
All right, yeah. This is similar to the last person. So actually, we wanted you to do in
Yeah,
this
I know,
case.
I know.
Yeah. You want to change it?
Yeah, I'll change it here.
No, you don't have to change the integer names. Just for the system.out.println. All right. If you want, you can change it. All right. Oh, wait 1 second. You put keypass.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to change the entire. All right, yeah. All right, yeah, it should work now. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So like, again, this wasn't really clear in instructions, but actually we wanted you to do var3, var2 modulo var1 and var3 modulo var1, but it's fine.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So any questions regarding this?
Any
Alright.
questions for anything that we've
Yeah.
talked about?
All right. I guess no. Let me go back to presentation. All right. All right. So let's talk about if and then statements. So If and else keywords are how we achieve the if some condition, then do something goal that we talked about at the very start. So in Java, this is how you do it. So first we have an integer variable called number and adds a value of 2. So so basically, in this if else statement, so first we have if number is greater than 2, we print positive number. Else, if the number is less than 0, then we print negative number. And then if both of those aren't true, obviously it has to be 0. So we would just do else, no condition, and then system.out.println 0. So in this case, it so first, it checks the first condition. So if number is greater than 0, so 2 is greater than 0, so it would do this statement. So it would print positive number, and then it would just ignore everything below it. All right. So you guys can practice this yourself. Yeah. So type out the previous slide's code, and then change the number variable. So instead of 2, you can pick your own number and make sure that your code prints what you would expect. All right, so I'll go back to the previous slide so you guys can see the code. And yeah, you can do it in your own workspace, and we'll give you like 5 minutes to test it out. All right, so does anyone need this this code, or can I change the slide? All right, I will change the slide. So after you finish if then one, the instructions are on the presentation if you need them. If you finish that early, you can go on to if then two, and then once you finish both of them, you can take a break, and we'll come back in about 15 to 20 minutes. Also, make sure to do if then one and if then two on separate slides so you can store both of them. I mean, sorry, not separate slides, separate files. All right, we can start now. So let's go back to if then one. All right, so does someone who hasn't volunteered yet want to volunteer?
When I printed it, there were a lot of errors, like when I tried to run it.
Oh,
It said like
all right, then.
illegal start of expression and things like that.
All right, then you can post your code and presentation, and we can try to figure it out.
All right. So do I just put it in?
Yeah, just put it in the main method.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so if you copy the thing from the slides, like the if statement from the slides, the issue is these quotations aren't the regular quotations. See, as I'm replacing them, you see like the text start changing color. It's because this is the like quotation that coding rooms can read. For some reason, Google Slides uses a weird quotation font, and I think it uses like a different Unicode character, so it throws off like coding rooms or something. So yeah, if anyone has that issue, I think I saw like 2 or 3 people have that issue. Just replace your quotations. That's it.
Sanjay, can you show your coding
Oh,
rooms?
yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. Just test it with positive number, negative number, and 0, and see if it works now.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Even though I changed mine, it still doesn't work.
All right. You want to put your code in presentation?
I'm sure. Yeah, I just put it in.
Yeah. Hold on. All right. Can you run it? Oh.
So Java is pretty annoying in the fact that every letter counts. So if you read your system out in your like print statement, you realize that one of them is capital. And as this is the worst part of programming. Every letter counts. The computer doesn't know what you're thinking. So unfortunately, it's just a capital letter.
Yeah. So like as you can see in print ln, it's actually lowercase l. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. But if we change them all to lowercase l, and if we run, yeah, see it works. Yeah. So it's just a small error. Then yeah, you just need to watch out for spelling and make sure all the letters are the same. All right, any questions on this one?
Actually, anyone else have errors? Errors are always a good way to
Yeah.
learn.
All right. If no one had errors, we can move on to if then 2. So someone want to volunteer for if then 2, preferably someone who hasn't volunteered yet.
Zara, do you want to volunteer?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Let me get the code. Give me a sec. See. Okay. Ooh, wait. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. What did I do? Let's see. Oh,
Same quotation error. Also, this is oops, drop the screw. This is if then one.
wait, sorry. Hold on. Let me try this again. Sorry.
Yeah.
There. That
Yep.
should be the one.
All right, yeah. All right, so it works. Do you want to explain how you got it?
Yeah. So basically, I set each of the variables to x to 4, y to 8, and z to 13. And so basically, I wrote like if x is greater than y and it's also greater than z, then it'll say that x is the greatest. And then if not, it'll go to if y is greater than both x and z, then it'll say y is the greatest. If not, then it'll say that z is the greatest.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. That's how you do it. So was there any questions on this one? Or both of them? Was there any questions on any of them? Okay. You can move on.
Ria, do you have a question?
Oh,
No, I don't have a question.
Okay.
all right. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so next we'll talk about strings. So strings are objects of non-primitives that hold any any number of characters. So you can tell that they're objects because the first letter of the type is capitalized. So like for example, if you think about int and double and long, all those have lowercase first letters, but string has a capital case first letter, so it's not a primitive, it's an object. So you can think of them as just like an array of characters. So strings are wrapped with double quotes, just like the previous system.out.print exercises. So therefore, if you use the plus operator, you can concatenate the strings like how we did before. So so here's like an example. So string team name, and our team name is Hammerheads, but make sure you add the quotations or else you'll get an error. String mascot is equal to Sharky, and string motto is knowledge plus is power. So if you print this, it would print knowledge is power because you're adding both strings. All right, so reading from the console. All right, so programming is pretty boring if the inputs are always the same, like they have been so far. So the way we can solve this is by using the scanner class. So the scanner class is Java's way to handle the input stream. So basically, what that means is like the stuff that a user wants to type in the code, and then we can use that in our code. So the way we use this is by including an import statement so your code can find the class. So when running scanners, you should, oh wait, never mind. Don't worry about this. This is for VS Code, and we're using coding rooms right now. All right. So in order for a scanner to work, you have to include this statement at the very top. So import java.util.scanner. And then if you want to use it, so you kind of have to make a scanner, and the way you do this is by saying scanner with a capital S, remember the capital S, and then scan, and you can pick any name you want. Most often we just use scan equals new scanner with capital S parentheses system.in. And then if you wanna store whatever is typed in the console in a string, you would just say string line or whatever other variable name you want equals scan.next line. So basically what this does is if you type something in the console and you press enter, whatever you type in the console will be stored in this line variable. All right, so here we have an exercise. So first make a scanner and then ask for the user's name using system.out.println, and then have that scanner ask for the user's birthday, and then print to the console whatever you got for user's name and the user's birthday. All right, so this might take a little bit longer, so we'll give you 6 to 7 minutes on this.
And especially for this exercise, if you have any questions, raise your hand. Importing like the scanner might be a little bit difficult at first, so we want to make sure you guys get that down.
I have the import in the presentation workspace, so if you guys want to if you guys like are confused on what's the import, right there.
There's quite a few of you that are not actively participating in coding rooms. So just a reminder that the coding room exercises will count towards your attendance. So if you guys could participate and ask us any questions, that would be great.
All right. I'm not really able to where do we put the import statement for the importing the Java util scanner?
Above the class declaration.
Yeah, here
All right.
I can help.
Generally, you would want all the imports on like the first line. So for example, for this one, you would want to put on line 1. And then,
All right.
so all the import statements are above the class name.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, I think most people are done. If you're not, it's fine. Just follow along. So someone who hasn't volunteered yet wanna paste their code. Oh, let me screen share. Oh, if you want to volunteer, just unmute and volunteer. You don't
I
have
can
to.
do it.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. You want to explain like how you did it?
So the top is an import for the scanner, and then this space go. And then create the scanner, and then system print out the question, and then there's a input right here for name, and then asks for the birthday. The scan input for the birthday, and it prints out name, and name's birthday is plus the birthday at the end.
All right, yeah, that's perfect. So anyone have questions on that? Okay, you can go ahead. Jayesh, you have a question?
Oh, I just didn't put my hand down for volunteering.
Oh, all right, that's good. All right, one more exercise using the scanner. So first define an integer, and then print a message to the user to enter an integer radius. So, and then you use a scanner to get the integer, but instead of using scanner.nextLine, you use scanner.nextInt. And then using that radius, just calculate the area and circumference of the circle using the given radius, and then you print that to the console. And you can use math.py instead of writing out pi by yourself. Yeah. All right. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes to do this. All right.
Okay. Wait, before we go
think
on, there's something weird
Sorry.
happening.
Oh, what happened?
Hold on, I'm trying this real quick. What is this called? New name. Consistent? Oh, okay, now I know. But yeah, you can go on.
All right. Okay, anyone wanna volunteer for this? I can't see who's raising hand, so just volunteer if you want. And just unmute.
Rohan, Kole, do you want to volunteer? I saw your hand up.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. Just copy your code into the presentation workspace.
Yep. Alright, let's do that.
All right, first run it and then explain it.
So I instantiated a radius of 5, then I created the scanner, and I printed out something that asks for the integer, and then and variables so that the user can put in the integer, and then a formula for the area, and stores it as a double because it'll be something with the decimals, and then the same thing for the circumference, but with the circumference formula. Then I just printed them out.
All right, that's right. Any other questions? Okay. Is that it?
I think
Yeah,
that's the
all right.
that's the
Yeah.
last slide. So we'll just go through a few reminders really quickly before we end. Anish, can you share your screen for that form again?
Yep.
So for tomorrow, we'll be continuing using our coding rooms and possibly VS Code again. As the week goes on, we'll be introducing more advanced topics. So that would be great. And if you guys cannot be here, can you, if you could email one of the leads, me or Nish, they can't be here so that we would know, that would be awesome as well. And if you still haven't filled out this form, it would be great if you guys could do this by tonight. And am I missing anything, Anish?
No, I don't think so. It was a great class today. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was lots of participation, so that was nice.
Is there any question for us?
Yeah, is there any questions from us? Anything in particular that you guys want us to answer?
I'm just asking in general because one of my friends, he's currently in India right now, so he's probably going to be coming back towards the end of the summer. Is there a way he could still join the programming team or something?
Yeah, there's going to be multiple ways that he could do it. So this bootcamp is going to be posted on YouTube, so he can go through these. And when we have our programming test, we can just have him take it like on a day that we all meet as a programming team.
All right.
So if you could send him this form, and that'd be great.
All right then. Just asking. Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else have any questions?
Any VS Code problems? Any coding rooms issues? General questions?
There's one thing I'd like to address. We're getting a couple of questions about how programming will work during build season and the off season after bootcamp is over. So basically, the programming test will help us gauge your understanding of Java and basic Java topics. So from there, we'll assign you into different programming subgroups based on your choosing. So for example, there's the robot subgroup, there's a Python subgroup, and there's still other subgroups yet to be determined. So you guys will be placed into those, and if you don't get into the robot programming, that's fine. You'd still be helping out the team and the other subgroups during build season, such as in Python, we need help during competition for analytics and other activities. So although you would not be working on the robot, you still have opportunities to help the team during competition, and you you guys get to see the programming in action during build season as well. Is there any questions about that? All right, I think you guys are good to go unless there's individual questions.
All right, yeah. So in case like we decide to like, do like, a group study or something before like, the test, like could we like create like some, is there like any like place where we like can discuss and share notes and things like that?
Yeah, we can get to you tomorrow about that.
All right.
I also had a question.
Yeah.
So, when we're placed into the subgroups, like, will we also have a preference, or will you just kind of place us based on our skill?
It's based on skill and preference. So if you wanted to be in the Python subgroup, for example, you can be in the Python subgroup if your test score was high enough. Or basically, the test basically tells us if you wanted a higher preference. So let's say you wanted to join the robot subgroup and you had a high enough test score, you'd be preferred to join that team rather than somebody else.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, so another question I have is like, what is like, I just want to know like what scale like does your like test score have to be to like get into like, a certain group, or like let's just say the robot group?
That depends on every year. Since we changed the test every year, that still depends on how
Alright.
everyone does as a whole.
We can talk more
alright.
test specific stuff towards like Friday-ish, Saturday-ish, or no, sorry,
Yeah.
Friday-ish. Saturday is the test. Towards then, once you have like a fuller or bigger grasp on what's happening.
Yep.
All right.
Any other questions?
No.
I think.
All right. I think everyone else is free to leave if there's no other questions.
Yep. Have a good day.
Yep. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I wasn't here for the first class, so how would I join the Slack group?
The Slack group still hasn't been created at the moment, so more details on that will be shared later.
All right, thanks.
Yep. David, do you have a question?
Sag. Is the meeting still being recorded?
Yeah.
Here, let me DM Mr. 2.
Okay, I think we're good. I think David might have left early.
Or early today. It is still recording. I believe you can turn it off now.
All right, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, see ya.
All right, see ya.